And pull yourself up a chair. Let the fun begin. It's time to let down your hair. TV's too unexcited, so friends have been invited.
Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people, and definitely not Pee-wee's Playhouse. Featuring as always, I know, I miss that guy. Featuring as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting, myself, Harvey.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Chris.
Speaking.
Okay.
I was actually legit watching a little bit of that like about a month ago. Pretty fucking entertaining when you're super high.
Yeah.
My heterosexual life mate, Duddy.
Hello.
I know you are, but what am I?
Then you gotta call the the ever loving, the ever crazy AJ.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Wow. Oh my god, what a nostalgic trip that was, man. Pee-wee Herman, I loved the shit out of the movies, and I did like the show.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't understand why people said, ew, I don't like it, or my parents won't watch it. I'm like, it is so funny.
Oh, it's so good.
I prefer the
I was allowed
movies,
to watch
but
it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the movies were way better.
Even the recent one, because I think it's even now 5-ish years old.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But even that one, it was a good nostalgic feeling with that little underpinning of adultism in it.
You mean that the Netflix one or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, agreed. It was very well executed.
I felt maybe Big Top Pee-wee was a little too serious. Maybe a little too dramatic for Pee-wee.
Yeah. Was that one with the snakes?
Probably.
No, that's Indiana Jones. He
'Cause
falls into the snake.
Yeah. No, but he's got to rescue all the animals, and then he rescues.
Pee-wee Jones.
He has to rescue the reptiles, and he goes, "Oh, those things, I love him." And he's
Probably. Because that's the one that had the circus.
That's right.
Because it was Big Top
That's
Pee-wee.
right.
Yeah.
Very funny stuff. Anyways, and that is not what we're talking about today. We are
no.
not.
Well, maybe.
Well, maybe, I guess, a little bit. But R.I.P. Paul Rubens, Pee-wee, who's great. But we are not talking about Pee-wee. That is it for that, unless it goes into the
I
territory.
love how you just keep talking about Pee-wee.
I know. Clearly, I can't stop. I guess today we be.
Did you know that Lawrence Fishburne was on Pee-wee's Playhouse?
I did. He did play Cowboy
He
Curtis.
did play Cowboy
It was like
Curtis.
his first TV thing,
Yeah.
anything, right? Yeah. No, we are talking about we be power tripping, people. That's what we're doing today. We are talking about the things we would do and rules we would place if we were in charge of the world. Or if we had,
talking about Willis?
if we had
No.
agency.
Let's be clear on this.
All right.
When I am properly made
Oh,
the
Lord.
ruler of the planet,
Right.
These are the things. I have them itemized here in front of me, and I
He
shall
does.
dictate to everybody listening what
Dave
they are
has-
going to have to
For,
accommodate.
people,
Oh my
for
gosh.
people listening, obviously you can't see. Dave has his manifesto.
I do.
in
Yes,
front of
yes,
him?
I do. Yes. I shall make copies and distribute them for free for you to follow properly.
Right. And
For free. You should
yeah.
charge like Scientology.
Oh, I don't need to charge.
I
rule.
shouldn't say this, but I think if you play this episode backwards, you will be hypnotized into Dave's.
No, you don't need to play backwards.
Okay.
I've
Forwards,
used the
backwards.
exact same technique that Zach Morris used in that episode of Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
quietly speaks. You know, that was at a time when it was impossible to do like
Right.
double layered audio.
He just did it somehow.
Just did it exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways. Let's talk about Dave, you take it away. This is your domain.
Well, no, this is something that I always love to hear other people's opinions, so that way I can tell them that they're wrong. But I do have a lovely list here. And really, it's just, what are some of the things I would personally do if I became the de facto ruler of the world and can make any decision? And I will start with the most important one, the key one that must be done. I will ban cilantro.
I want to know first. Hold
Yeah.
on.
What
Hold
the
on.
fuck?
Hold on.
Wait
hold
a
on.
second. Wow, that is dramatic.
Hold on, Dave Ulf.
Dave- that's a character.
I want to know how you became ruler of the world first. I want to know the backstory.
Oh, there's no real backstory. Everybody
There's-
just
how is
realized
there no
I am
backstory?
David fucking
No,
Shergold and people
nobody's
should
ever-
follow my rule.
Everybody's not going to just all of a sudden
trust me.
realize.
Everybody realizes once they know me, like, shit, that Dave Shergold, I
Well,
really
there
should
had
listen
to
to
have been
him.
something you did accomplish for them to be like, yeah, that guy.
I
That's our
came out of my
guy.
mother's womb.
Well, that's, I mean,
That's your mother's accomplishment.
if you know his mother, you would understand that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That, you
I'm
just
kidding.
made
I
a
love
mama
you.
joke.
I'm kidding. I get it. No, but I get it. So somehow you magically became ruler.
Yeah.
Just somehow.
I will admit, for our lovely discussion
We're
today, I
really supposed to suspend belief here.
yes, let's be honest with one another.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes, more. This is just the when people realize they should let me rule the planet. The very first thing will be the banning of cilantro.
Okay. Wow. But let's talk about that too.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on with cilantro that's so bad you're gonna ban it?
It tastes and smells like
Tastes like
pissy,
soap.
shitty soap.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
I know he's crazy.
Yeah,
You're absolutely
nuts.
No. It must
So,
be banned. It's
Even if
never
it
allowed.
it doesn't for like half the population.
No, it's
so
banned.
why would this shit?
Because
Wow.
I am the ruler.
Oh my gosh.
If you're caught with it, the first time I am a gentle person. So the first time you were caught with it, it is simply a whipping with a lash. Just 3
Oh,
whips.
so you will be beaten.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You will be
Wow.
beaten.
So wait a minute. First thing you're gonna say is you're reinstituting capital punishment.
No, actually, I have that later on.
Well, but that's-
I know.
But that's
well,
exactly what that
that's
is.
not capital punishment.
You're
Especially
right.
for the first offense.
Exactly.
Holy fuck.
Isn't that-
You're right, actually, because I just realized I said
Maybe
no.
like, okay, a literal slap on
Oh.
the wrist would be more
No,
logical.
no. I'm sorry. You're right. I am. So I'm only instituting capital punishment for this offense. Everything else,
Okay.
and we'll get into that because I actually
Got
did write
it. I
down
get
what
it.
I
So
would
this
do.
is a specific punishment for this specific crime.
Correct.
Got you.
You'll
Okay.
first
All
get
right.
the. And,
Maybe
and
like,
by the way,
maybe be whipped by cilantro or something.
no, actually, that's a good plan too.
That's fun,
No,
too,
you
yeah.
just get for that first offense, just 3 good whippings. That's all.
All right.
It's a very proper. Just a hey, as a reminder, this is what happens. If
Yeah.
you're caught a second time, it's death penalty.
Wow.
This is what happened to Jesus.
You know,
You know that, right?
yeah, it was cilantro.
He was caught with
He was
cilantro.
caught with cilantro. And they're like, you know what? That motherfucker.
Yeah.
And just so
fuck
everybody's
that
aware,
guy.
the
Fuck
only death penalty within my ruling is just cilantro.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Why
right,
wouldn't
wow.
you? Here's the thing. Why wouldn't you just like try to make cilantro go extinct? You know what I
Oh
mean?
no,
Yeah, why
that'll
don't
be
you
an
just kill it
activity that
off?
will
Yeah.
take place. But
Commit-
it's just
commit
like
plant
anything.
genocide.
Like anything, humans sometimes get in their brain that there's something special about it, and
Right.
so they'll try to hide it. And I will institute a proper and consistent policy that no, you'll get. And again, I am a gentle soul. You only get whipped 3 times if caught.
So are you and your gazpacho gonna go fucking home to home searching for
No,
fucking?
I'm ruler of the
Yeah.
planet.
I'm imagining Dave Alf.
So you know everything. You just know everything.
No,
'cause you're
I'm
I'm
ruler of the
imagining
planet?
Dave Alf in the first scene of
no.
Inglorious Bastards,
Right?
when he walks into this place
Yeah.
and he's taking down his opponent in a weird German language, and what's going on is
Hey, you guys are already wrong.
floorboards.
I'm ruler of the planet. It's just a
Give me your
policy, and the
cilantro.
police force will enforce this properly.
So
That's
your
all.
Gestapo will go through. Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody that properly follows the rules and wants to be part of
Okay.
this wonderful organization that is Planet Earth, they will
Dave
follow
Hiles!
this.
Right on.
Yeah, it's very simple.
And 3 lashings
For first,
for first, and then death
Death penalty
penalty
if you're
for
caught again.
Caught again.
Yes.
All right. What about if you're trafficking cilantro?
Yeah.
Well, but
what if you're caught traffic?
to be honest, I am a fair person, so even trafficking, just the 3 whippings.
Just still a first
Yep.
offense. Wow, that's
Yep.
such a fair ruler.
Exactly.
Fair ruler. That's amazing.
Exactly.
So will
Give
you
this
have,
guy his tax. Give this
I
guy
assume
his
you'll
tax.
have official food tasters to make sure there isn't cilantro in your meal. The
Well, I
cook
have to admit, it's one of
try to
those things.
poison you.
Yeah,
with
you know,
cilantro.
one of us is
You
going to
know.
prank you. I mean,
You
someone's going
know.
to prank you. Someone. is
I've even
gonna do
had that happen. I got a wrap somewhere,
Stuff
bit
it up
into
his
it, and it
ass.
was fucking cilantro in it. Fuck, I threw it out.
That's amazing.
That's a bummer.
I hate
That's
it.
unreal.
It's one of those.
I fucking love cilantro. I
cannot
wouldn't be able to
stand
live
it.
in
Oh, you
Dave's
couldn't
world.
do it. You died.
I would.
You
I
would
wouldn't be
die
able
for
to do it.
cilantro.
Yeah.
No.
I would be.
You would be the guy hiding
I'd be the
cilantro
Dukes
up
of
in his
Hazzard.
attic.
I'd be the Dukes of
And
Hazzard.
the
of
cilantro be writing their diary
Yeah.
called the Diary Cilantro.
Cilantro diaries.
Cilantro diaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. About how they have to lay it there forever.
Inglorious cilantro.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So that's rule
That's number
one.
one. This is number one.
Oh yeah, that's run out of my
Okay.
list. Yeah.
That's unreal.
Should I go next?
Oh yeah.
Well, I got. Can I
You have-
give
oh, yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah, just
No,
an easy one. I think. I
Sure.
mean, I don't think we'd all agree on it. I would just legalize weed everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's
Everywhere,
fine.
all over the place.
All over the place.
That's number one.
That's number one.
Okay.
Right away.
I would do weed and shrooms.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, like I would definitely say we would move towards decriminalizing and legalizing other psychedelics, but I think the research has to go into it. But yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
And the only thing is when we start to get to some of the worst drugs in the sense of that.
Sure. Yeah.
I will say, and I have it actually in my list here, I would try to get them help through my new policy as far as how we do penalties.
Yeah.
Putting people in jail and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But also in healthcares and things like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which I'll get into shortly. Yeah. I have this all connected and planned out.
Figured
I
this
got a
one
number.
out.
I got a number one.
All
Sure.
right.
Well, not probably in my top list of top 5.
Yeah.
What has to happen first?
Uh-huh.
I will declare. I decree.
Decree.
I will decree
Yeah.
that all males must sport a mustache
Why?
But not all males can.
because I said so.
But not all males can.
Yeah. What about those? Do they have to get fake ones? Get implants?
Well, what we'll do,
Would
do
you
if
pay for the mustache
if
implants?
If you can't grow a mustache,
Yeah.
or you refuse to grow a mustache, we will shave your testicles and implant the pubic hairs
Whoa.
under your nose.
That seems like a very
And you were saying mine was excessive.
That's
What are you
very
talking about? I'm not talking
specific.
about murdering anybody.
AJ, that's very specific.
It is.
A very specific punishment. For
You must have a
to live a
mustache.
lifetime of smelling your pubes.
Yeah.
If you're incapable.
I would like to think
Yeah.
that
of
once they're
growing it,
removed,
yeah.
they don't
Can't
smell
you
like
just
pubes
like
anymore.
sponsor them with Rogaine or provide them with a hair transplant?
No.
Or, no.
No.
I mean,
I mean, I am in a way.
I-
I'm providing them with
That's
a hair
fair.
transplant.
but you
transplanting it
are.
from
It just has
one
to
part
be
of
the
your body.
pubes.
I didn't
my
say
God.
butt pubes though.
Can it be someone else's pubes? It has to be your pubes.
It has to be your pubes.
Okay.
Can't be.
So I have
That's disgusting.
two questions. So the first one is, why does every male require a mustache?
Yeah.
Because I said so.
Okay, fair. And so by equal, I
Because
could say
because
we're not
I rule-
allowed to have
because
any
I rule
balding
the-
men.
Because I rule the world.
Okay.
No, balding's fine.
No,
Do the
but I'm
women
going to
have
make
any
a rule
such
mine
specific
then.
instructions?
But we're not talking about your society
fair.
right now.
do the women have any specific hard and fast
Hair.
instructions?
Yes.
What?
Oh.
They cannot have any mustaches.
Oh, fair. That's fair. But like that's gonna be a common thing. That's gonna be very rare.
So like even if there's a lady who's
That's where we get to
darker
that
in
fun.
hair
Yeah.
and they kind of get the mustache.
yeah.
You gotta-
But
no, you
but
gotta
the
shave-
thing
you gotta shave
is,
that shit.
like you're gonna have very few women that have like a very like I'd say even 1%. So I don't even think you're gonna have that issue.
Well,
so
then-
aside from that, what is gonna have equal weight on their side to the mustache on the men in your world that you
They're
rule?
not allowed to have mustaches.
I don't think that's correct, but okay.
He's just being very equal
I
in
think
hands.
so.
Pants.
See, the
mustaches.
equivalent would be
they have to shave
no,
their
no.
pants mustaches.
The equivalent would be they would have to shave their legs. Yes, yes.
They're
yes.
pants mustaches.
Oh, is that what they called? Yeah.
Yeah, in this part here.
Oh yeah. AJ's pointed to his butthole.
Okay, if that's his butthole, you might
He's
want to see a
making sure
doctor.
they
Talking about Willis.
to have no. pants
No, their
mustache.
front butthole.
Whoa. Hello.
Oh,
So, okay
dude.
then. Okay. Did you just say? Okay.
Yeah, wow.
Because that's the worst thing any of us has ever said.
I
Oh,
just
no.
think amazing. Okay, so we've got some interesting rules on the table. That's
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Number 2,
Uh-huh.
I would make everybody, even the rich people, everybody would start off at even money.
You would create chaos.
I actually,
Cool. But you know why? Because
Absolute
then
chaos.
if you are able to work your way back up, you should. If you have the smarts to do so, you should be able to, with what you have.
Mhm.
And then you deserve,
so-
and then you can prove that you deserve to be.
So,
at
are
the
you
status
allowed
were
to
at.
keep what you currently have?
No,
What do you do with the stuff that you currently
Yeah,
have?
what with your
it'll go to
family?
the people who don't have anything, so they can be on par.
But if you're like living in like I don't know a 7,
Dave's stealing cilantro. I'm
bedroom.
stealing everybody's money.
but I'm just trying to think
Communism.
logistics. That's all. Logistics.
it's communism.
It is communism for sure. But like,
Communism to a degree. I'm not going to make people wait in line for bread.
how do you know?
Because I said so. I rule the world. Don't you understand how this game works yet? Dave
Yeah,
set the
but, like,
rules.
I know. I'm just trying to think of logic.
In my world, I have to admit, I'm still going to allow an open market. So
And I skewed him on his logic. I had to break.
Okay, now keep in mind, I still have not suggested murdering anybody for infraction.
Whatever. That's still
Not
within
the
the realm of
review.
I love
possibility.
how that's got me.
I
into
understand that
trouble.
he's a psycho. I get it. It's fine.
Oh, psycho. Cilantro's evil.
You would that to the point.
So
of
like
killing people.
Jeff Bezos, he would start back on. Like we wouldn't start at zero.
What would he start at?
Everybody
What
would
does that?
have
What does that
something.
even mean?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Everybody
You
has
start
something.
off with
One
like
person has a guitar.
everybody. No,
another
everybody
person
has
has a banana.
Everybody gets fucking $200,000. Figure it out.
No, so I sort of, I think, have what you're sort of describing. So in my world, no, we still have a market. People work for what it is they want in life. We still
Yeah.
have all these different
Yeah.
levels. There's no, and if you come from a rich family, yeah, you come from a rich family. That continues. One thing I would change though is essentially we'd almost have like a youth wage. So one thing I think would actually really help people overall is starting at like age 14-ish, you start to actually get money from the government, almost like a support, like a youth support. And that's just to help get everybody an equal starting point for their lives. So even if somebody's super rich or somebody's coming out of a rough house, everybody kind of gets that starting point where you could take that, go to school, get a house, start to do things. And it also teaches you to properly manage this. You could also go do really, really dumb things. Hey, but you can already do that today. And I want to continue that because I think that's right for life. So essentially start at 14 and you'll get, $500 a month. And then over time, this increases every year till about you hit like 24, that middle point, and then it'll start to decrease. The idea being when you become a teenager, you're trying to find your support your life. You get help from the government to try and find the best of you.
So essentially,
But then also, as you get older, you take on that responsibility and the government backs away.
So essentially what he's doing is he's creating drug addicts by giving them free money. And then when they're 24, 25, he's taking that money away and creating derelicts.
yeah.
Gotcha. I get you.
In my
But he's got the
perspective,
dream.
I
He's got
think
the
So
dream
nobody
there.
starts robbing and jumping people until they're 25.
Or
20,
cilantro.
24,
well,
25.
30-ish years.
cilantro.
Yeah. Hey,
With
you're
cilantro.
right. You're right.
They're
It
using
could-
cilantro.
There is possibility it doesn't work, but I actually think this would overall help people because
Dave's Society
it
sounds like a
frees
Clockwork Orange to me.
teenagers and young adults the ability to actually make decisions and try to find something for themselves.
Sure, and not have to act out in desperation. and
Exactly.
survival.
But see,
Yeah.
that's
I get
kind of
you.
what I'm suggesting, only different.
Oh no, that's why I was agreeing with you. I agree, but my big thing is I don't think we should take away from
He's-
families or people that
he's-
have worked for that.
He's taking into account how,
But then
how
you-
the
then you have-
economy works today.
But then you start
You're
off
not-
classless. And people have to work to become, if they want to be that class again, cool, that's fine. But you have to work to get there.
Oh no, well, I always think you need to work.
So everybody
Yeah,
starts
but-
off classless.
The problem, I'm challenged with that personally because at what age do we take everything away? Sorry, I'm having a frantic. I
Exactly.
lost part of my classes.
You
Oh
okay?
no, what happened?
Oh, it's not a big issue. It's just
Oh,
one of those
no.
annoyingisms.
Yeah.
Anyway, no. So it's just more of one of those. At what point do we take that person's money?
What do you mean?
Or do we take it? Like, so I have a new baby, and I'm raising this child. When are they put out on their own with no money?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't get no money.
Well, they have a family.
You still get money.
But you said you're going to take everything away.
But then I'm going to give everybody the exact same amount of money.
But you're just doing this one time.
Yeah.
Oh, I misunderstood. So
And then
for
you
me,
can-
this
then
is
you
an
can figure your
ongoing.
shit out.
No, for
And
me,
what do
it's
you
an-
do with-
Here's a whole bunch of money.
What do you
Figure
do
your
with
shit
people
out.
who have like 7 cars?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Then I guess they need to get a really good fucking job.
No, I'm serious. What do they do? What are you going to do with those people that have 7 cars?
Then they need to get a really good fucking
good
job if
job.
they want to keep all their cars.
Why?
If they to pay for insurance and whatnot.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know,
Okay.
gas and stuff to,
Well, that's
to
assuming they're
keep the
driving
cars
them
on the
all, but-
road.
I understand. Okay.
I'm not gonna.
So you're not
I'm
gonna take the
repo
cars
their
away from
shit.
Right. So then they can turn around and sell, let's say the expensive cars, sell those cars and immediately
Sure.
jump back of
Why
the
not?
the class.
That's your stuff. Sell it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I think, I don't know.
If that's what you want to do, if you're too attached to that, then too bad. That's your fucking problem, not mine.
I would say I very much appreciate your sentiment. I don't know if I agree with the whichever, but it is your world, so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. For me, it's more of the ongoing. I would try to keep things big. I think a big thing that would help society is if there was a bit of a, when you're a youth, more support.
Yeah,
And
I hear you.
yeah.
I like where you're going with that.
Yeah.
I like,
But
I
it's
like all
also
of
not
it.
something that stays forever. That
Sure.
to me, you have to start to take on responsibility as you get older and all that fun stuff.
I think in both your cases, the only issue that I see is the individual people that, you know what I mean? Like the way it's going to affect specific people. I see how it's going to fall apart. But the ideals are very nice.
Always,
in both your ideas.
again, we're all human, and there'll always be people. There's
Yeah.
always, which brings me into my third, if we want to start there.
Sure. I will just say my one crazy outlandish thing that I would do if I could, what I would do is I would get rid of politicians. And what I would have happen. Yeah, I'd be the only one. That's right. No politicians.
For the entire world.
For the entire world. But what I would do
I'm king of the world.
is I would have people vote on policy. But we would have to have some sort of institutional body that, you know, kind of keeps that going, whether that's how they dole that out. And how we do that is we have a revolving group that are basically brought in
Randomly.
yeah, for like jury duty sort of idea. Where
Gotcha.
everybody has to serve,
Yep.
provided, you know.
No, okay. I have a better
So
understanding where
you're
going.
talking about politics light,
Mm-hmm.
essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you're
But
wanting,
here we're also
you're wanting
taking
like
out-
the MPs and the MPPs and the PPMs and
But
the
we take out
LMNOPs.
the funding of the politics, which is the issue, I think, right? More
Yeah,
money's
no, I
involved.
understand where you're going. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That one I'm actually
but
okay with.
I'm still trying to clarify my thing.
Sure.
You're gonna not have those representatives who tell us what the policies are. They're not gonna be always the same people.
Right.
You're gonna have other people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Chosen
they-
at random.
It's a random
essentially,
selection.
Essentially,
Yeah.
like town criers. Here's what's going on. Figure your shit out.
I think more like jury duty.
Yeah. They
But you know what I'm saying? Like they're not necessarily representing because they personally believe in it. They just kind of have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, it's like a duty.
here's what Chris says. What's going on?
Right.
Do you want it to happen or not? Vote on it.
Exactly. And if you
Okay.
don't, then, you know, punishment.
If you don't vote for what I say, then
no,
you
no, if you don't,
Regardless,
if you don't,
regardless if you vote
if
yes
you
or no,
don't-
you still have to
if
vote.
you don't participate in this,
I got
You will accept
It's a,
no
it's a
as-
mandatory.
Exactly. It's like
mandatory
having
government duty.
It's like having to serve in the military for certain countries, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a mandatory.
Gotcha.
so you will accept no as a vote. They just have to vote it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. The majority rules. As this would be a true democracy, then, right? People voting on policy. The whole public gets a vote,
So then-
with the exception. Like,
so then
we have
what
to
if
have
it's not a
citizens.
true. It's more.
What
it's
if people
a
get
random-
together?
Randomocracy.
Yeah.
So are you the only one who's allowed to dictate what policy is being voted on?
You know,
As the king of the world?
ideally, I mean, the only thing I would probably say you can't do is vote me out of my position. But outside of that, I'd let
That's
the people.
exactly
people-
what I was leading up
I was-
to.
yeah.
That's exactly
No,
what I was leading up to.
I would institute a policy that would not allow that, enforce that with my security arm, because how the fuck else am I doing this? Right. And aim my nukes or find my whatever it is.
Actually,
that
it's
I-
funny because I have a similar. The only thing in my case was I still had it regionalized. So we still have countries in that same manner that we have today.
Sure.
And within those countries, they can certainly make decisions about what they need locally. Because I still think that's an important thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when it comes to overall policies and scenarios, I am in charge of that.
Oh, wow.
When it comes
So you
to
know
the
it's best.
high level rules, when it comes to, hey, do we need to spend more money there, more money here? You do that local. When it comes to, hey, do we want, a middle school, or is it just going to be, a public and then a high school? Yeah, that's local. You guys do your thing. What language? That's local.
Yeah.
But I make the overall top down rules.
I am the one that tells the
So that's
tells
mine.
the bell to toll. What? Sorry,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, it's just I help or I direct them when they're doing something wrong.
Got you. Was that game we used to play where Dungeon Keeper?
Red Rover.
Was it Dungeon Keeper where you were like an overlord where you like basically?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They remade it. In fact,
Oh, that'd be fun to play.
it'd be fun to play. It's like fucking $250 or something.
Whoa!
It's one of those things that I had as a
What you
fucking
talking about,
kid, and if
Willis?
I knew where its direction was, I would have taken a lot better care of it.
Yeah. It's a really fun game. You ever play the game?
Never heard of it.
Oh, yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah,
Is it a
you
board
have
game?
basically no. It's like a
It's board game, but it's a dynamic board game you would build and prepare, and almost
Yeah.
like an RPG, but you have physical
So
board you
Dungeons
play on.
and
right.
Dragons?
But you're like the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Like you're basically trying to stop like the good guys.
So you're the dungeon master then?
Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's similar.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
you're building your dungeon up and you're placing all the funny people.
Yeah.
Come with me to
Anyways,
the thumb screws.
That's kind of what this is.
It was fun.
This
I
game that
enjoyed it.
we're doing, where this our podcast episode is that game.
Totally off top. Well, somewhat in this case. I'll always remember playing with Todd and my mother, and the two of them just were not grokking this game at all, and I got so frustrated.
Yeah,
but I
it's
give them
hard.
kind of a head nod in retrospect. They tried to play this silly game. With
What's
me.
it called?
Dungeon Keeper.
Dungeon Keeper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
something,
Yeah, it's a classic.
But regardless, would you institute that? Everyone has to play that game? No, just kidding.
No. I
What's
still
your-
think people should have the ability to make local decisions and thoughts in their lives. That's
Right.
all. Just within the confines of what I've put forward.
And what's your number 3?
Oh, my number 3, fully supported medical care system. So
that
the
even
drugs,
mean?
the systems, everything,
Oh,
all of that.
Dental.
Again, dental. Yeah, all of it is properly supported by the government.
Yeah.
All those. So somewhat.
So where are you getting all this money to pay the company?
where's
Well,
that
that's the thing is that it's consistent everywhere, and I get to my taxes shortly. Don't worry, I do have that in the list. But I also have an exception because one of the things I do agree with is that it's great. We have a fully great medical system. Us here in this room, we're doing the best to take care of ourselves. High fives. But then there's some people out
I
there
could
that'll
do it
happily
better.
go, eat McDonald's every day, do cocaine, all these things.
At the same
It's-
time, even.
Yeah. So
Like
with
to put
this,
it on their French fry.
with this open healthcare, once you hit that age of 14, every year you'll randomly get tested. So randomly you'll
You
have to
should
show
have
up
to get a
for a
you
drug
should have to
test?
take a physical to get your money.
No, again,
Yeah.
none of that. Nope.
Yeah.
Randomly, you do have to take the
What-
physical, but what happens is that physical will test you for the drugs, your healthiness, all those elements. Everybody at 14 starts at 100% coverage. If you fail, you drop 10%, 90%. Next year, randomly, you'll get tested again. If you fail again, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40.
Does your system include dental and
Yes.
eyeglasses
Everything.
and
Covers
Yeah,
everything.
everything.
psychological care
Yes.
and foot care
What is this
and
test you were
rectal
taking?
bleaching?
Oh, I haven't worked out the full details yet. We would adapt
Okay.
the test as we need to in order
Like,
to
what
ensure.
if one of your people is like really into marijuana and it shows in their system? Will they fail the
Then
test?
it goes
if that-
down.
Oh,
in all
no.
likelihood, anything that you're doing to your
Oh,
body
shitty.
Oh,
that is
shit.
consistently wrong for yourself, like even like
But
we all
this
know
doesn't
this.
apply
But
to Dave.
What's stopping
no, it
people?
would apply to me.
What's stopping people from grabbing other people's urine? And
Oh
using
no
it in the
no!
urine
We
test?
wouldn't. No. This would be.
Gee, I don't know
assured.
what's stopping people now.
And don't worry, we would ensure. And again, it's random, so you can't prep it. And it's
Right.
one of the golden rules that with the exception of giving birth, no, we're showing up to your door and performing this test. So it's one of those. It's no getting around it. And it's just. And again, it's fun. And like most things, and most people, likely when you're younger in the 20s, you'll get bumped down a little bit. But then you start to hopefully learn, understand the impact, and you start to bounce back up. And the
Oh, you
sense-
can go up.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, I
yeah,
thought
no,
it was
no,
like
no,
once you get down
no,
below, that's it.
no.
Oh.
My government is
Okay,
all about
that's-
if you start to show improvement and learnings. No, but again, you also while you only go down by 10% every year, you
Yeah.
can also go only up by 10% every year.
For sure.
All right, so that's how my general policy be. And yes,
Yeah.
it is going to mean higher overall government taxes and things of that nature, but that's okay because again, overall, our health will start to improve as a world, a society, because we'll start to hopefully take care of ourselves. And if you don't, you'll start to lose the ability to get that extra coverage, and that's where it makes me an asshole.
This is what he tells the media.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Behind closed doors. He's
Kim
like
Jong
killing
Dave
kids.
over here.
Yeah.
No.
No electricity for you.
Yeah.
But no, everybody pretty much gets electricity too.
Pretty much.
That's a good one though. I
Everyone
didn't even think
pretty
of that.
much gets electricity.
Pretty much.
Well, we can only say because it will take some time once I become the ruler to get some areas of the
course.
world properly hooked
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
Of course. Yeah.
But I do actually have electricity in here as well because we're going to go explore space and try to figure out how we can better leverage taking electricity and getting it from space down to us.
Bringing space to us.
Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. We're bringing space to us. We're
Not
bringing
so much
electricity
space, but
to us. 'Cause electricity doesn't come from space.
But we're able to take a far greater advantage from the sun and solar power if we actually go up into space, because we can start to capture that. And if we can find, I forget the actual term for it, but there is a way to
parachute thing.
to do that down into the planet. Again, as a world, we gain the benefit of this, because if we can reduce the impact of electrical generation in the world, we're improving our society, the environment, all these things. Once we get that figured out, the next step is we need to find some other water sources, get some clean water sources, then we can start to expand out from the earth.
Plenty of water sources. You got to figure out how to make those water sources useful.
Well, no, and that's what I think would be
covered
important.
in 80% of the shit.
Well,
no, he's talking about out in space,
bringing in more
space water.
Yeah,
space water. Yeah.
You know how they keep talking about how humid space is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Space is so humid.
Yeah. So we're gonna take some space dehumidifiers.
Space is humid like a
not quite
like a
that
desert,
level. I was
really.
thinking, no.
No, but we get you saying. Yeah. So you've got detailed plans for exploration to better Earth.
Detail.
That's crazy.
It's all in a file that he has at home right beside flat Earth.
Yeah, I got a quick one.
Earth ain't flat.
I got a quick one.
All
I
right.
think to better society, I would make it so that women of age have to bare their breasts. That would be like,
that would make life. I think, that would make life better for you.
I think it'd be better for
how's
the
that making it better
world?
for everyone?
Tell me the world's not better when we get to see boobs.
Okay, but okay.
We can already see boobs today.
Hold on.
Have you not seen the internet?
Have you heard of the internet?
It's different when it's in the wild.
Go to a club.
But by that logic, hold on. But by that logic, they wouldn't be special. Therefore, they wouldn't be looked at as sexual. Therefore, you wouldn't care. They would be. It'd be basically like looking at somebody's knees.
Yeah. Okay.
Or somebody's elbow.
Well,
and there's
like
one
you
other
have your elbow exposed. If you had that, like, think about back in the day when
I get
it was
it. I understand what you're
modest to
saying.
cover that up.
Yeah.
I see what
Ooh,
you're
I'm gonna
saying.
show you my ankle.
But it's not.
Yeah.
You know.
The other thing I have to call out,
You wouldn't care. You wouldn't care about titties.
I would still care.
No.
Over through the years, I would have a suspicion, not that I'm an expert, I just know my own breasts. They start to drip a little bit, proof. And you need to have a little bit of support there to help keep that from
Apparently,
happening.
that's worse.
Having support?
Yeah.
Really?
Apparently, that's what's not good.
That explains a lot.
It's because they're
for
not
me.
being allowed to support themselves.
Intriguing.
Yeah, you hear that? You hear
We'd
that?
we'd have to bring in a lady and talk about
Yeah,
bras.
we have to. For sure.
This is what I've heard.
AJ,
This is what I have heard.
Finally, our plan is
Next episode is the titty episode.
4 years to get here.
That would be so great. So what are you guys talking about? Oh, titties.
Titties.
Oh, really?
Titties.
That's great. Well, why were you doing that? Well, we had a couple of ladies in describing and showing.
Is there National Titty Day? We should do it on National Titty Day.
You know what? I
National
bet you there
Titty
is.
Day. I love it.
Once
Oh.
we
It's gotta
become
be,
ruler,
of
we'll
course.
make a couple.
That would be
couple? Just two?
decree number 3. There will be National
Save
Titty
the
Day.
titties. Awesome boobage.
National Nipple Night.
Yes, National Nipple Night.
That's very fair because it's the guys too, right?
In Canada, it'd be Nipple Night in
I
Canada.
love it. Let all the nips slip. Yeah. Well, I think there's some legs to my campaign.
And that's a different campaign, sir.
That would be a different one. Yeah, that's another topic. Okay, who's got you go ahead.
I do.
AJ, do you have something?
AJ hasn't had a chance.
Licensing for pregnancy.
Wait, what?
You have
That's
to. You
controversial.
have to prove that you can care for a child before you can.
How
have
does
a child.
one prove such things?
Classes? There'd be like There'd be like having a baby university.
I'm sorry.
People
You have
could
to
cheat
gradu-
in
you have to gra-
classes.
You have to graduate. Oh,
People
that's
could
true.
cheat. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
I guess, and the other small challenge is you can't really control when people get pregnant per se.
That's true too.
Yeah, damn right I can.
Well, you kind of
If you
now.
can control people eating cilantro, I can control this.
Yeah.
I think that I will say this: if we are comparing those, like we're comparing
I don't think-
pregnancy to
would be
cilantro. I
cilantro.
just want to say, I think would be an easier task to eradicate cilantro than to stop.
But it would be
people
for
from getting
everybody. If you
pregnant.
wanted to be like a single mom, you could do it.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah, you could do
Okay.
cilantro.
Yeah,
Okay.
right up your butthole.
Wow, that's
an interesting one.
Interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
okay.
could be a single mom. If you want to be a single mom, that's cool.
What do you mean it's
But
cool?
But you gotta
It's not-
be able to prove that you can do it.
Oh, like a mom's like, yeah, I just want to go into.
Okay, you gotta go. You gotta go to baby school then,
Well, then I guess that's an interesting.
and then you gotta get a baby school license.
But how do you do that?
I have a question.
you
Apologies.
go to baby school.
But so the men don't take this course?
Oh yeah, men have to do it too. If you're a couple, and you want to have a baby, then yeah.
So what happens if you choose? You know what? I'm good. I don't want to have kids. And then you have to take the course. 'Cause you don't want the kids. But then at some point you're like, you know what? Let's do it.
The
and
condom
then you
breaks.
get her pregnant.
Yeah,
Then
no,
what
the
do you
condom
do?
breaks.
But then you have to go to baby school.
But what if you don't?
If you don't go to baby school,
Yeah.
Whoa, hang on a second. I have a better understanding. So, I'm having fun. We just got married, 22 years old, but we're still using condoms. All this thing. Poof, the condom breaks. She gets pregnant. She's taking the school, no problem, easy peasies. I haven't yet, but since I want to be the father, I must go to the school.
yes.
Gotcha. I've caught up.
But what do you do if they don't?
If you don't go to the school,
Then
you
I'm
don't
not
go
allowed to
school,
father.
Then you're not. You can't care for you. You can't. It'd be illegal for you to.
I got you now.
Sit
I've
at home with
caught
your
up.
kid.
Okay, I've caught up.
What if I go online and I print a certificate saying I passed baby school?
It'd be like having a driver's license. You can't just go online and print off that you have a
You
driver's
can try,
license.
but
you
nowadays,
can.
There'd be little hologrammy things.
yeah,
and
you
whatnot.
can't
I
anymore.
got you.
No, okay, I better
I
understand where you're
you're
going. So I actually don't.
But
mind
now,
this
if
as much.
if it happened for some reason that was unfortunate or something like that, like let's say somebody was assaulted and whatnot, if you choose to not have the baby, that is okay too.
But yeah.
Wait a minute. That's bullshit. So let's say you are
Now,
essayed.
talk about controversial statements. Wait a second.
Wait. Let's say you're essayed. You're sexually assaulted, whatever. We're not getting into
What are you on fucking TikTok? Come
Exactly,
on. Say what it is.
And then you say, you know what? Because of my religious beliefs, whatever it is, reason, I'm not going to give up the kid.
Then you have to go to baby school.
Wow, that you force them to.
You have to go to baby school.
Yeah, as long as he's consistent. No, I'm actually
that's
this one. I'm
interesting.
somewhat.
I'm
okay
not
with.
taking your baby away from you.
Yeah, no, it's just you have to go finish the school.
If you don't go to baby school, then you forfeit some things that you might, let's say, in Dave's society, right? Everybody gets some form of education. Everybody gets some form of schooling for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't have a baby license, then you have to pay for that.
Yeah. I actually don't mind this thought. I don't mind this one. The only thing I guess I would change personally is I would make it one of the requirements as part of high school or something. Like everybody gets the same.
So I've got an
But I do
amendment or an
understand.
idea to this, but before we get into that, you both are parents, right?
Yes.
Is there stuff about parenting that you've experienced that can't be taught in a class or a book?
Yes.
So then what the fuck is the point of a parenting school?
Because it helps prepare you for those moments.
But they already have such things in high school,
there's
right?
classes. There's classes where it's like, well, if you do this, this could happen. There's no definite in like, you know.
So here's where I would amend things. I like where you're going with this because I agree. We got to get some control.
This is why
on
we have a
what's going
single
on.
ruler just
For
to shut
sure.
Chris up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, rule number one: keep Chris out. Exactly. No, here's what I would say. I think a better idea would be to have like hey, if you have a kid, here's a whatever test, quiz, whatever thing showing you what kind of parent you would be. So, and
It's not BuzzFeed.
You make it mandatory to them at some point at a very early age, right? To show you like you're going to be a real shitty parent if you have children. To hopefully
you don't
deter
know
you.
until you have kids. Now
I know that.
Well,
that's
there's
that's
that.
the point.
You can't
There's
test
that,
it.
but there's also like getting older. If you give this to somebody when they're like 15 or 16, when they're 26, they might be a completely different person based off
likely
of
would
Now
be.
there's the last one.
based off of the life that they've lived.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
You may not
So-
know anything until you're 40 or something. You never know. Yeah, no. I actually don't mind
You
this.
have to go to City Hall and you have to say, I would like to have a baby. And then they will say, okay, you have to go to
So
baby
what do you
school.
do with all the children that
Just like when people say, I want to drive a car, you have to go to driving school
So what do you do with all the
and
children
get a driving license.
that are birthed by parents that
You
decide
already
to not take
described.
the tests?
You described already. They're
No.
penalized by making this
What
choice.
do you do with the children?
No, the children stay
The
with
children
the parents.
stay with the parents.
So
He's
how
not
do you
getting involved
penalize them? Fine,
Financially.
jail?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
just give them fines.
Well,
Or taxes.
essentially, you have to pay for your child to go to school.
Yeah.
You have to pay for your child to be educated, as opposed to for a person who has.
so the incentive is education.
Person who has a license.
If you have a licensed child, you get free
healthcare.
education. Got it.
You don't get the benefits for that child that say somebody who
I don't mind his
followed the
idea.
rules.
I would just make it a mandatory lesson that is taught through high school consistently. That's more of the style I'd go down.
Maybe a mandatory lesson, but you wouldn't give the people these licenses or the ability to have the kid in high school.
No,
Because now you're just doing the same thing. Everybody can fuck. Here you go. Here's a piece of paper saying everybody can fuck.
No, it's not that you can fuck per se. You have to take on the responsibility for what you're doing. Though that's an interesting thought and idea.
And like Chris said, you can cheat. So
you
if
can
do it
cheat
in school,
anything.
you could cheat.
Let's be honest in this life.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I rule the world, I know there'll
Apparently,
be
you can
cheaters
cheat on
out
your
there.
partner too. So,
Hi-yo.
Speaking of cheating, one thing I would also change is overall from a criminal offenses, I would follow more of the European style, where the goal of prison is to actually try to improve that person.
Actually rehabilitate.
Yes, actually rehabilitate. One of my
just
key
like
things
in the Nordic nations where they have prisons as such.
So that would be the overall goal. But I will admit, a couple of things. One, it is the whole point is try to rehabilitate, figure out what's wrong, and help improve you. That's definitely in there. No outsourcing prisons to for profit companies. No. They stay with the government.
No privatized prisons.
No private, and it's the same for medical and all these things. No privatization. It is all run government wise. All this said, I would also put in though, over time, if you continue to commit offenses, you are hit harder and harder as far as the penalties. I will admit that one. So if you continually are making bad choices, doing wrong things, sure, the first time you did it, you might go in for, 3 months. Second time, you'll go in for 6. After that, 2 years. Again.
That's how it is now.
Yeah. And it would just keep increasing. Yeah.
Until life.
Depending on the crime. Because, of course, there are crimes, murdering someone in a bar fight, you're going to be in there for a good chunk of time. Murdering a person for the purpose of just, ripping their skin off and then making some sort of mantle, you're going to be in there for even longer.
See, what I would do...
You've been married for them for 35 years and they can't stand the sound of the voice. And
I would create some sort of virtual reality with like haptic feedback and shit like that, where they would be punished with the thing that they did.
That's from a show. You're right. That would
be
good.
Yeah. But even like petty crimes, like if you were a thief, every day you'd get something stolen from you, and it would kind of just make you.
That's a lot of work.
It would make you remorseful.
The virtual reality.
But actually, there is a good television show.
Sorry, for a second, I had an idea that was like happening.
It was like
real
Saw,
life. Like real life. Yeah, exactly. Like, well, that's crazy. But
no.
But VR, I get you.
No, it'd be in VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that you have the memory and feeling you were in there for like years, but in reality you're there for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
There is a show, and they do a really good job of
it'd be like that.
Black Mirror?
It'd be like that.
It is a
It'd
Black
be like
Mirror.
Assassin's Creed. It'd be like the virtual reality systems that are in the Assassin's Creed
the
games,
Asparagos or whatever,
where you actually experience the thing.
Same idea.
Because it wasn't that how the movie was, the Assassin's Creed movie. It
Didn't
was.
watch it.
Yeah, I never saw it either.
I think it was they did it. It was they were testing on criminals.
Oh, okay.
Virtuosity, was that the movie you were thinking of with Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe, where they had the virtual reality world and shit like that? It was a good fucking movie.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was more the telly show that Chris mentioned.
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, that
one
was
of the episodes on that one.
That was Virtuosity with Denzel Washington.
That was a good movie.
Kind of the same idea.
Correctly.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, I would actually be okay with that if we came with a technology that could do that, where you actually. So that the only thing I guess I would change personally, unless we could build this into the VR, is you'd be punished through this aspect, but you still have that mental support to try and actually improve with help.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you could do that with the VR,
depends.
it
depends. It depends.
Oh, it always depends.
It depends on the crime.
Yeah, it does depend on the crime.
If it was somebody who's ripping somebody's skin off and wearing it as a hat, then no, you just have to get to experience somebody ripping your skin off over and over and over and over again for the rest of your life.
So.
Ouch.
That sounds okay.
It'd be like hell, but different.
It'd be kind of worse in some ways.
It's very extreme. The I guess we'll call it soft argument is someone's going to say something about mental health. Obviously, that's an extreme example, but what do you do with people that are dealing with mental health issues that violate your rules?
Well, just like nowadays, Just like how they deal with it nowadays. If you can,
They let
if
them-
if it can be proven that they do not understand right from wrong, then we're gonna have to figure out something
Just
else.
let them hang out in the street.
They still go to the same spot, but we don't cut their heads off or anything of this nature.
Well,
it's just they're
what you
stuck
would
in
do
a
with
park.
somebody like
You let
that
them watch the other people get their heads cut off.
in real life. What you would do with somebody like that is you would put them in a hospital.
Yeah.
Sure.
You wouldn't incarcerate them in a jail.
We used to do that. Well, yeah, we
No,
don't
it
do that
still
anymore.
happens.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just not the same
what they
way.
used to
Yeah.
do was that was more of an asylum,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now they just be put in like a mentalist hospital. A mentalist
Sorry, that
hospital.
freaked me out for a second. I saw movement. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, I mean, mental facilities.
Yeah, I actually agree. We'd put them in that mental facility if they have been properly, gone through the courts, all that thing. And those facilities would be either to A, simply work for the person that they are and they never get out, or B, try to see if there's a method that could be done to help improve.
Or see,
Unfortunately-
experiment on them.
Well, the thing
Nah,
is,
I'm not that
people
evil.
with mental
I'm
disabilities, such like mental disabilities, mental issues, are unpredictable more so than not.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And that's where they'd probably have to stay. Now, one thing we could try to do, in my world anyway, is we won't just put these people into a lovely building that is just a building. Try to actually make it, more of an area where there's
Put them in a biodome.
Yeah. They actually did that recently, eh? We had a Canadian there. They actually did a 1 year
actual
long
biodome?
an actual biodome.
Sick.
Yeah,
with Pauly Shore. And
no, not with Polly. He
No.
wasn't. He wasn't invited, but it was actually them.
And what's her face? Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
And that other.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was all them. They were all there too.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
they've
know
actually
that.
done it though. It was kinda,
That's
I
fun-
saw
that's
that
awesome.
through the online. I actually read the article. It's one of those. I'm actually kind of excited for it.
That's fun.
Yeah,
Did they
this-
watch Biodome while they were in the Biodome?
That'd be awesome.
Actually, that's a
Great.
great.
I'd
you know
watch
what?
it every day.
If I had the ability to ask them that, I would.
I know. I know.
That'd be.
Do you guys think a filter to cigarette butts? No, it's good, dude.
That'd be a good one.
All these esteemed scientists ask these questions, and they'll be like, "I just want to know, did you guys get naked with each other?"
I would make it mandatory that 1 day a week, doesn't matter whatever community you're in, make it whatever day you want, just like garbage days. But there'd be maybe it could be neighborhood by neighborhood, just like garbage days. But there'd be 1 day a week where it'd be mandatory for people to go outside and clean up. They did this in Zimbabwe, and apparently it works wonders, and it's a very beautiful and clean country.
Sure.
Oh, nice.
So that would be a mandate.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be like on garbage day, not only do you put your garbage out to the curb, but you go around your neighborhood
Your property, make
and
sure.
whatnot
Yeah.
and make sure that garbage is cleaned up off the street and whatnot.
Yes, yeah. We have the
Well,
once a year thing where that happens.
The only problem what you're gonna hear is one man's trash is another man's treasure. Like, I don't want to get rid of
Well,
that.
if you want to fucking keep it, keep it.
I don't
give a
want to get
fuck.
rid of that. Like, but it's
But
trash.
no, you're not going to
You should gotta get rid
fucking
of
Johnny's
trash.
house. If it's in Johnny's
He's
backyard,
just walking to his house and backyard.
not fucking Bob's backyard. If it's on the street or on the sidewalk or some shit, or in the park or in a field or in a parking
For
lot,
sure.
then yeah, that's what you don't fucking clean up Johnny. That's his shit.
I would just make littering get jail time. That's what you get caught littering.
No, I like AJ's idea. Actually, it's not a bad
that.
thought. Yeah, I do it more of a monthly thing personally, but I like the idea.
maybe heavier fines for littering.
No.
Like you want to litter.
You
wanna
want to
litter, I'm gonna take your eye.
You want to go make the place trashy?
Wow.
You gotta go fucking spend a week in jail.
I'm gonna cut. You
What
gotta spend.
the fuck?
You gotta spend a week in jail.
Yep.
In jail, right?
Yep.
In trash.
In trash. Yeah, I'm down for that.
So like
We have a
instead of
specific trash
dumps,
jail.
instead of dumps, we have specific trash jails, and
Yeah,
that's
you
where
got
all the dump trucks go and dump their
Okay.
trash.
Yeah.
And then when people disobey, they go to trash jail for like
Oh,
30
wow.
days.
I think that's a good idea. Actually, just
I'll
and they
pass
just
on
get to
this
sit
one.
in filthy,
You wanna be
stinky
douchey.
diapers and
yeah.
There will be the odd person that
Old
actually enjoys
tampons.
this, but all right.
Oh, it'll become a fetish for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Not even
the
a question.
TV show's
Yeah.
called Hoarders.
WHOR.
Or no, that's a different show.
Oh, okay.
That's a different movie on a different channel.
Is it though?
Nice.
That's on Skinemax.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. What's the next rule?
So not so much a rule, but I would continue welfare. So there continued government support for those people that actually are trying and are hitting the issue.
Didn't you just said you had like a universal minimum wage thing though?
And
No,
did you
that's
say
only
you're
when they're
eradicating cilantro. This goes
Yeah.
against your
Yeah,
policies.
right?
Yeah, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Didn't you know people who are on welfare exclusively eat cilantro?
They're like,
So
hey, oh, it tastes like shitty soap, but I can't afford anything else.
It is
gross
kind of
cilantro.
like that minimum wage concept, but this is more about people trying. They've hit a rough spot. We try to help them through it. The one thing I'll include with this law, this thing, is the let's say you get a job today, at least in Canada. If you're on welfare, you get a job, you instantly lose that welfare, that support.
How do you? Okay.
Whereas once I rule the world, you get a job, and for the first like 3 months, you can actually keep that welfare. So that way you can build up that nest egg a little bit, and
That's
then
not
we slowly take
necessarily
it
how
away.
it works. It depends on your job.
Yeah.
Because you claim earnings
Oh no, I know.
when you're on welfare, and
It's just I have
then they
experience.
adjust. Then they adjust.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas in my case,
accordingly.
it would be delayed, essentially. Give that opportunity since you are getting yourself into that good spot. You can kind of build up that base a bit more.
Sure.
That's more
That's
where
where
I
you're going
go
with this.
down. Yeah, that's one of my rules.
Okay. It's a stupid rule. No.
Yeah, most people
sounds
would think.
dumb.
I'm kidding. No. I wouldn't take anything from anybody that currently has something, but what I would do is I would try to figure out how to take away the profitability of housing. I don't know how to do that. I'm not that smart right now.
So like no rental properties.
But what I would do is I would figure out a way to issue a house or a home to everyone. You can earn more, but the idea is everybody has a home. If you choose to not want to have a home, if that's something you do not want to do, you're by all rights allowed to do so. However, you have to also not take any other amenities as well.
Yeah, I don't mind the thought and idea, but to me, it just runs into that. Okay, so you get a home, I get a home, AJ gets a home. We get married, so now we have two homes because the wife has a home.
They're like Legos. You can put them together.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Boxables, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Maybe that's
Shout
not a
out to
bad
those
idea.
guys, yeah.
What about this?
Yeah.
Well, no, because then people probably will try to grow their families. It popped in my head. I think this is a bad idea, but it just kind of my head popped here where, I move out as a 20-something, and since I'm just one person, I get a small, proper apartment, but small apartment. That's my free home. I start to date. I get a townhouse. I get married. I get a home. I have a child. The home already suits that child, so we
Sure.
have it. Have two. My home gets larger, so it's based on your family size.
Yeah.
You get divorced, whoosh, you get
Oh
nothing.
my God. That's Jesus. That's crazy.
But of course, the big problem is people try to have like 20 kids because you get a mansion, right?
Of course.
Yeah, right?
That will be it.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with, well, yeah. It's not
Nothing
bad.
wrong with it. It's just one of
No.
those jokes to myself. I personally
true.
would not want that much responsibility.
No.
2 children is a fucking enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we would have to develop housing and probably keep things relatively modest with your amenities in it. And that is issue to you. Should you choose to go on and do better house, maybe we can, take that place and pass it on to somebody else that does not have one.
Mhm.
The idea just being that I don't feel like there's a reason why we can't provide housing to those that want it. And I think having housing, once you do have some sort of housing, it provides you with a lot more confidence and benefits.
I agree. I would make one change. I'd have you get anything free, nothing of this nature. More what I would put in place, you may only own one home. I put that stipulation in play because today a lot of the trouble out there, not all of it, is people
You're
own
right,
multiple properties.
Yeah. But
So
the
one
thing-
person owns 20 different things while, 20 people are looking for something and it drives the market prices up.
That is a problem. But
So-
then the issue I have with that particular thing is, what if everybody only is allowed to have one home? Then, what do you do with people that currently have multiple homes? You just take them and give them to other people?
Yeah, essentially. They go into, not give it to other people. To be honest, I am a proper ruler. So they go onto the market. So the person that owns 5
They
homes,
could take the money.
they
based
choose
off of-
which one they want to keep. The other 4 go for sale.
Okay, so
just like my society on how to make money.
sure,
Yes.
yeah.
You're allowed to sell your shit.
What about if you have a business and you use that to try to, buy up your house for property or whatever? You know what I mean? Like there's loopholes.
There's other ways to buy houses.
Yeah.
To make money to buy houses.
Right.
So Chris is saying if you had a business and you had 6 homes, but you were forced to sell 5 of them because you're only allowed to have one house.
Right.
What's stopping somebody from buying another house?
Or using your business to buy up the houses you just put up on the market.
Well, no, the business can't. Only individuals can own a home. That would.
So
be
what
rule.
if I have
Fair
a
enough.
business that buys and owns homes?
No. But that wouldn't be allowed.
Okay.
That's what I.
So who's facilitating the deals when you're putting your house up on market and you're making the money?
Oh, we can sell real estate agents, but they cannot purchase the property. They have to find another individual buyer that is not related to an organization. We do not allow businesses to buy homes, a home being a house. They can buy properties, things of this nature, commercial areas, industrial, that's fine. But when it comes to homes, no.
Okay. All right.
I love that.
There's that.
Okay, I'll think of something in a moment,
Okay.
David.
I'm listening.
I decree that all seafood must stay in the sea and not be food.
That's racist.
No, it's not.
That's racist.
How's that racist?
How is that-
You're a ceastist.
How's that racist?
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
weird
I'm
place
just
to
kidding. I'm
jump.
being silly. But why
But
are
saying that's racist is racist.
it is racist?
Yeah.
It's racist.
Now
against,
you're alluding
it's
that
racist against lobsters.
now you're alluding that people of color are the ones who eat.
Are you
seafood.
saying all seafood, so fish and everything?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And you were shitting on me for cilantro.
No more seafood?
I know. That is way crazier than cilantro. No matter what the punishment is.
I will admit, I not that I've done a full investigation personally. I have heard no good things about the whole fish colonies that they have all grouped together out in the ocean and the lakes and all
They
that.
got mercury in them and shit.
Yeah.
People dying from eating seafood.
Yeah.
People have shellfish allergies and shit.
Yeah, I've heard some bad things.
It's
Don't
no
know how
good.
true
Seafood's
it is.
not
but
good for you.
What
I
about
do
fishing,
enjoy
though?
seafood. I do
What,
enjoy.
then fish and put it back.
I do agree. When I actually
Go
go
fishing,
fishing,
put it back.
What about
Yeah.
eating fish from fishing? It's nice.
No.
What about people's traditions that like to
No.
do that? Okay.
Yeah, he is the ruler.
He is a ruler. Yes.
Yeah. I have to admit, I have found as I've gotten older,
You want to
got-
eat sea bugs? You can eat land bugs too.
yeah, the only thing I think I really eat now is salmon once in a while. It's just, yeah, it is a lot more expensive to do shrimp and other things now. Fuck.
And I also decree that silent letters will be no longer a thing. Like salmon will be spelled SAMON. It will not have an L in it.
Well, it has the L because
It will not
it
be
is that.
it will
And
not
it
be
sounds-
salmon.
it-
No, it
Salmon.
will
But
be
it is
salmon.
pronounced salmon.
It will be salmon. Like almond will be almond. AWMOND.
Almond.
Almond.
But you say
Lord.
almond.
No.
So
you know
his,
you don't.
his world's going to be idiocracy, basically, is what we're going to get to.
No, we're not wearing Crocs. There will be no Crocs.
Right.
Crocs will be outlawed.
Right.
Everybody will have to wear slip-on shoes.
Oh, yeah, Lord.
Maybe I try to ban glass so I can make it so that way rules actually get denied. And so people just walk around bare feet everywhere. We go back to the old school.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
That is some peculiar
I reject your
rules.
reality and substitute it with my own.
Yeah.
Now you're just going to have a world full of hobbitses.
Yeah, exactly. That would be more a thing. I do have hobbit-like feet. I'd show you, but I have so many layers on right now, and
Yeah, layers of feet.
Yeah, I have to
There's
admit,
so many layers of foot.
Yeah, I do. I can walk on glass. It's hilarious.
When he gets a pedicure, they just pull out the old paring knife.
I've been told over and over that I could. I'm like, I don't want to show another human.
You
my
should
foot.
go to one of those places where they have the fishies that nibble at your feet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is there a thing like this?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, there's lots of...
It's a fucking thing.
I think go to
Really?
almost any place they do feet spas around London will have
I think
those.
that's a fib.
Think so?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the actual thing?
The actual, like the fishies.
Well, they do it. They've nipped at my feet.
The fishies?
Yeah, it was in China.
Well, we're not in London.
Yeah.
That's in
But
China.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure they're here in London.
Maybe a couple places.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Yeah, but not like every place.
Nah.
I have to admit, I would almost try that just to say I had done
You
it.
should try it. It's weird. It's fine. It's weird.
You're really selling it well.
Just don't let them swim up your urethra. That's all.
Why would you let that happen?
I don't know.
Why
would you?
Why are you
put them in your
sneaking? Why are you
pants?
putting your dick?
I actually
in
understand
the water. Why are you doing that?
You know the dead skin off.
What?
of it.
You're fucking.
I'm sorry. I understand. I see holes. I'm like, I should put my penis in it.
That's right. Exactly. Wow, those fish look like they're having fun. Here's my penis.
Well, we can all have fun.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Next rule.
So not so much a rule, but a policy for myself. Because again, I'm still allowing countries because I still think that people should have some sort of unity within the realm that they are. Yeah, an identity.
Sure.
Good call out.
No dick trees, but countries.
Yeah,
yes.
no countries. However, when wars are, of course, not allowed, but if two countries are having a disagreement, can't figure it out, it's a karaoke and disco dancing competition. Yeah. And then the winner, it's not so much that they get their way, but I will give them a little bit more of an edge when I make the choice to help solve the issue.
In my world, they're gonna have to play Monopoly.
Oh, good Lord. That's mean.
That's
Let
going
them
to
go
cause
war.
way more wars,
Yeah,
by the way.
let them,
But you can only solve those wars that are caused by Monopoly with Risk.
Risk. That's a good idea, actually.
I think you
have a risk
skip
game.
the Monopoly, just play the Risk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And if Risk doesn't work, Connect 4 will be the final.
Oh, Lord.
I do like an Axis and Allies.
He has a DEFCON 3 system.
Yeah.
Monopoly, Risk, Connect 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then if it goes to DEFCON like 5 or 4 or whatever I didn't stop at or stopped at, it'll be What's Behind My Back. They have to come to my palace and guess what's behind my back.
I've never played that. I have no idea what that is.
You guess what's behind my back.
What
A couch.
I would do for...
There you go. You win.
Oh.
If you can play the logic game, there you go. Maybe I don't have anything actually behind my back and it is a couch. If I put my hands behind my back, what's behind my back, Dave?
Your sweater.
My hands. My hands are on top of my sweater,
So your sweater's first behind your back.
but my hands are behind the sweater.
Actually, the shirt.
Yeah, the shirt. See, he wins.
Well, there you go. So that's how we were. That's not a bad idea, actually. I like
You
this.
don't get your country's oil anymore. He does.
Oh, that's okay.
Because he guessed what was behind my back.
I don't know if I brought it up, but yeah, for anything that impacts the environment, like burning oil for gasoline, one of the rules of the overall world would be once we identify a method to start to move away, it's enforced.
Meth.
AKA electric cars, things like that become a bit more. Though I will admit, right now we're still in a kind of a funky spot with electric cars that need to be figured out when it comes to
Yeah, because
batteries.
they're crazy amount to
In my
of
world,
resources.
all the cars are going to have a giant hamster wheel,
Oh, Lord.
and they're going to be powered by meth heads
Why meth heads? Who's
because they
supplying
have
the
lots
meth?
of energy. We will.
Oh.
Yeah, you just pump them up with more meth.
If you want to be a meth head, that's
No,
your
I was
choice.
curious
This
to
is
know
your
where
job
this
now.
logic- I would just hope that you would want to get rid of meth heads in your world, but no.
You can't get rid of them all.
You
What
can't
am I going to do? What am I going to do? Genocide? Meth head genocide?
I was thinking, I don't know, trying to figure out a way against the massive drug problem going on in your
But
world.
I mean, if they choose not to,
right.
I can't force them.
So you, but
So
you
I'm gonna-
force them to run.
So I'm
in the
going to
hamster
force
wheel.
them to run in a hamster wheel and power vehicles. Yes.
Right. So
you do have
tell
to
me-
feed the meth head, though, I presume.
I think so.
Yes, meth.
Okay.
And I'm guessing you're just going to get a lot of.
You know what?
passed out
We're
meth
all
heads.
going to get a lot of something with our policies. All right?
I'm sure I'll get a lot of support, and this is the start of me taking over the world.
And
I'm
passed out
pretty
meth
sure
heads,
mine would
then
be
we're going to give them
my rules.
Narcan.
Yeah, yours are well thought out, but mine are
And
much
meth.
more for the people. Pardon?
We're going to give them Narcan if they pass out, and then we'll give them more meth.
Fucking shit.
This is-
Just the
wow.
last 10 minutes.
Your world is fucking bleak as hell, man.
How's it
Meth heads running your transportation
If they
system.
want to be, they're not running it. I'm using them to power it.
Right, that's like,
They're not running it.
They are-
I have people who aren't on meth doing that.
oh my god.
That's a lot of meth heads, because again, think of how many cars we already have on this
And
planet.
there's a lot of
I
meth
know.
heads.
There's not that many.
There's gonna have
enough.
to be more than meth heads than there are other
Sorry,
civilians.
there's also crackheads
Oh, wow.
and speedheads.
Okay, so you're not just focusing
He's-
on one. It's
no,
everything.
drug addicts.
no. Hey, you know what? If they're just like in some Scandinavian countries now, if they're going to do the drugs, that's fine. Give them a job.
There you
So
go.
they're
That's
not
their job.
So they're not murdering and stealing from people to buy the drugs.
Right. So in your case, so they're getting compensated with more drugs by doing this job.
Sure, or money to buy more drugs.
Fair enough. That's fair.
right.
Give them
Whatever
a
they
chance.
choose to do with the money, that's fine.
Yeah, okay, nice.
I don't think it's fine.
It is fine. And seriously, it's in Oslo, Norway. That's where we got the idea for like safe shoot up places. Is they have government programs where people who are on drugs will go out in like street corners and sell like magazines and shit. They'll make like whatever money they make,
bucks, yeah.
a few bucks. They can use it for food, lodging, or fucking buy drugs if they want.
See, that might work for like your average Norwegian. I don't know if that would work for like your average American. You know what I mean?
Too bad.
I'm just like, it's so upsetting.
But they're not.
Yeah, it's your world.
They're not American anymore.
That's true. They are AJian.
AJian.
Yeah, that's right. That's
They're
right.
Martians.
Oh, yes, they would be. Yes, yes.
Nice.
Real Martians.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't mind the idea of trying to support them but more my style is support them with the direction of trying to get them out of that world, the drugs themselves. Yeah.
But you can support. Sure, you can have that support. I'm not saying that support won't be there, but you're not. You can lead a horse to water.
That's fair. That is true.
So,
I give.
Then you
You
just
have a job.
dunk their head in the water and they drink it.
I would never try to dunk a
No,
horse's head.
horse.
Yeah, you dunk his
I didn't say you lead a horse to water.
You
Chris.
do.
You
Oh.
lead a horse.
Take the
And
horse's
right
head.
away we go back down that path.
Move on.
I have one more. Only one more.
Only
That's it?
one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've done
Well,
a-
we should probably get wrapped soon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've done everything. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I have two. So hang on.
Sure.
No,
One
you said
more-
one. You said one.
Fine. The
In,
more
in
important.
my world, if you say you only have one more and you have two,
But that's
you
the
only
whole joke.
You only get to choose one.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll choose. The more important one is, along with all my other policies, you must volunteer 40 hours every year.
A year?
Yeah, 40 hours. Exactly. It's not. It's one of those just, hey, and when I say volunteer.
Can you volunteer by cleaning up the trash on trash day, or is that that different? Is that
No.
different because trash day is mandatory?
Well, no, in my world, it's not mandatory.
Oh,
Yours
okay.
it is.
In
Yours
mine
it
it
is,
is.
Yeah.
You
So
get-
for me, you're right.
You're getting your worlds mixed up.
Yeah.
I'm getting my multiverses crossed.
No, that would count. Again, it's just that 40 hours. So it's somewhat similar to what you were describing from the trash perspective, but mine's just that more generic in that sense of everybody must do 40 hours of doing with something within your community.
So would like going to the old age home and like milking grandmas, would that count?
Maybe not the milking, but playing some cards or some games with them. Yeah, that counts.
Volunteering. Is
What
a
if
grip
they
on
wanna
a
be
points
milked?
Shoot. That's
Well, if they want to be milked, I would accept that. yes.
So milking grandmas would count.
If the grandmas would like to be milked.
Nice.
Fuck.
AJ in your world's really.
Wow,
fucking
AJ.
quick. Wow.
It's one of those moments that I wish we were recording because the expression on your
Yeah.
face
We are
was
recording.
scary.
He needs video. He needs Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, just and again,
How do you think they get powdered milk?
oy
Old cows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should end this soon. Dear Lord.
Got anything else, Chris? You got anything else?
I don't want to
You
talk
got
about your
anything
sour milk, but
You got anything else?
I would institute policies that put art at the forefront. And I don't know exactly what that would be, but I would make that a big priority. I feel like art is
So if I
sexy.
made like a big display and I like put it in an art museum and it was of me milking grandmas, that'd be okay?
I mean, it's artistic expression.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Sponsored by Carnation.
Why? No.
Yeah.
They're not an official sponsor.
Yeah, Carnation.
No. Yeah, I see the the carnation spelled with a K.
No.
No. Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
This isn't corn.
This isn't your world either.
It is.
So yeah. So I think
In my world,
that's
I'm
what I
in
would
charge
do.
of Chris's world.
All right. Well, I just put a policy in place saying you can't.
But I just put a policy in place saying you can't put that policy in
earlier-
I
place.
put
Yeah,
two
remember?
policies in place that I'm the ruler.
Yeah, well, we put a
No.
policy in place that we rule your world.
I put infinity policies in play.
This is how the three warring worlds in 1984 started. Is this here?
Yeah.
That's what happened. Yeah. What's your last rule, sir? Your last piece.
What do you got there, Comrade Dave?
No, that. Oh, sorry. The last that I wasn't supposed to share. Destroy mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, that's
eradicate
acceptable.
them.
That's
Why
acceptable.
haven't we done that in this world?
Because they probably have something to do with like fucking ecosystem.
all
or some
they
shit.
are, I've looked into this. All they are is a food source for other animals. That's it. But
Okay.
there's other
So then
food sources out there.
If you took away the mosquitoes, then the frogs would have to eat something else. And
They
the
will.
frog-
They eat
and-
lots of things.
And the frogs would turn even more carnivorous and start eating
Bah.
people.
No. Don't think
Yes.
so.
Yes.
I don't think so.
All I have to 2 words: cane toad. That's it.
Cane
You
toad.
think of how many other fucking bugs piss you off? They can do without.
Well, yeah,
mosquitoes.
because cane toads were
They're broke with a cane.
yeah.
They can't move.
No,
I have no idea
disagree.
what's really being discussed at this
All
moment.
right,
but
I
okay.
don't know either. I don't know either. So you just eradicate mosquitoes.
Yes.
What
yes.
about black flies?
I don't actually have much of an issue
What
personally.
about horse flies? If you've ever been bitten by a horse fly, let me tell you.
I don't think I have.
Let me tell you.
Nothing's more annoying than mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Nothing.
When you got the horse flies and they come in to bite you and they take a chunk with
It's
them.
rare.
Ouch.
It's rare.
It is. Depends on where you go.
Sure.
Depends
but,
on.
like
You go up to northwestern Ontario, you got the
mosquitoes
horse
are
flies.
fucking everywhere.
Well,
They're
yeah, that's how
frozen
they.
in fucking.
that's how they
in ice in
procreate,
places.
sir.
I
And they're going to
know,
make
that's what I'm saying.
dinosaurs from them because
Exactly. That's what
And
I'm saying.
frogs.
of that. Oh,
The
True.
DNA from frogs and mosquitoes, right? Isn't that how they did it?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Did
they
you not pay
spliced them
attention to
together,
Mr.
spliced.
Mr. Nucleus or whatever the fuck his name was in that show?
Oh, in the
That
fictional movie? No.
No, in
I
that
did not.
documentary?
Yeah.
The- Here we go.
About the island where they created dinosaurs?
I think AJ's had enough.
I don't know. This is AJ.
More
Yeah.
meth.
More,
More
frog.
meth. That's right. More meth. More meth. That's,
Oh, dear
that's
Lord.
AJ's.
I can't say the joke that I want to say.
No.
Oh.
Let's
I'm
put
just
it this
gonna
way.
stop for that right now. I'm just
It's
gonna-
one of those moments where I agree with you. If you're saying to yourself, I shouldn't share that, then yeah, no, you
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Probably best. Yeah.
that intrusive thought should not.
Yeah, no, it should not
happen.
be spoken.
All right, I guess I'll wrap it up on that.
Kyle
then,
Gass
eh?
already got in trouble for that.
This is true. And now
By
they
Jack
got,
Black.
They got
No.
deported from Australia.
Did they for that? Well, yeah, Jack is not too impressed with Kyle because of
Well.
what was said.
Sure. He would have been okay with it behind
Probably
offstage.
behind closed doors. Probably.
That's the issue. Anyways, that's enough for another day.
That's neither hither nor thither.
Exactly. Shall I wrap this up, gentlemen?
Yeah, I covered my list, so everybody knows what they're going to get once they allow me to rule the world that we live in today. Just call us up, tell me that you support me, and we'll move forward.
Right. And
This episode, when it airs, I'll get everything prepped and planned. We'll have a nice
Yeah.
little party. And
This episode is sponsored by no.
Right. No, it's not. It wasn't sponsored by anything.
Yeah, it was.
It was Boxable, but they're not a real sponsor. But if
No.
they want to be a sponsor,
It was
take
sponsored by MapQuest
oh dear.
yeah, it probably was actually.
and Webcrawler
Yeah.
and Netscape Navigator.
Mm-hmm.
That's our prime.
Okay.
Nice.
Our prime sponsor is Netscape Navigator.
Technically, that's Firefox. That's what Firefox grew out of.
That's true.
Mozilla.
Yep.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
They were the.
So
Way-
Mozilla
access,
created
whatever you wanna call
Netscape Navigator.
No.
No,
Netscape
vice
got
versa.
semi-open sourced, and that started out the whole Mozilla, which grew into Firefox,
Yeah.
just over a period of time. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Firefox not a sponsor.
Not at all.
No.
Nope. Tell me you guys want me to wrap it up.
yeah. I love how you keep trying to inhale,
No.
and then somebody
Let me
says
know when
something,
you're
and now
ready.
he's smiling because he's waiting.
Yeah. I'm a patient boy. You guys can keep going if you want.
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
happy. I'm
Hey, you out there! What are your thoughts on our discussion? What changes would you?
So what
make
did Ask
if you
Jeeves
ruled?
turn into?
What would you do? Tell us. We want to hear from you. So keep the conversation going wherever you're listening to us in the comment
conversation
section.
going. We're told to shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Wherever you're at, we want to hear from you. You can either talk to us on the Discord channel, or we're discussing this wherever you, please keep talk to us. And if you like what we're doing, please send us some ducats at our Buy Me a Coffee link and help us out by buying us some bubblies and help pay for the studio rent, all that good stuff. If you're not feeling well in the mental department, we want you to know that you matter, not just to us, but those around you. And it's important to talk to people about what's going on inside your head, to your friends and beyond. So if you can't talk to anybody that's around you, we're going to have some links in our description so you can seek out the help that you might need. But until next time, well, I've been Harvey.
I am the Dave.
Hey guys, what kind of sneakers do chickens wear?
None.
Bok bok bok.
Uh,
Because they're chickens.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, nice. Very nice.
Can figure it out. AJ's a dad. And just like that, you got yourself sarcastically distracted. Thank you so much for having fun in our program. Have a great night.
Take care. All bye now.
Bye-bye.
And pull yourself up a chair. Let the fun begin, it's time